Hello students, let us continue with the internal structure of riccia or the anatomical details of the riccia plant gametophyte. So you have to see in this figure, this is the ventral sections of the thallus or gametophyte. In that you have to see the differentiated two parts, that is first one is the dorsal upper region and ventral lower region. In that upper region, there is the photosynthetic region, and below that, storage region is present. Also, there is the presence of some air pores, epidermis, and at the lower side, there is the rhizoid. So, internally, the thallus has distinct regions. Dorsal is the upper photosynthetic regions, and ventral, that is the lower side, on that storage region is present. So let's discuss about the photosynthetic, or which is also called as the assimilatory regions. So in these photosynthetic regions, in the dorsal sides of the thallus, mostly this is present. Then it is present on the dorsal sides, sorry, it has the vertical rows of chlorine chimatous cells in one cell thickness. As you seen in these figures, in that you have to see in the photosynthetic region, in that there is the vertical row of the chlorine chimatous cells are present. These vertical rows of chlorine chimatous cell is called as the photosynthetic pigments. So each outermost cell of the chlorine chimatous filament is larger, bigger and colorless, and it forms the epidermis. Then in between the chlorine chimatous filaments there is the air pores and air chambers are the present. Then the functions is the photosynthesis and or photosynthesis or assimilations. That's why these cells or these regions are also called as the assimilatory regions. So in that regions there is the presence of the or the vertical rows of the chlorine chimatous cells are present, and in that some air pores and air chambers are also present, and it is covered by the epidermis. The main functions of this region is the photosynthesis, assimilations. Then the second important part in this anatomical structures of the gametophyte is the storage region. So storage region is present on the ventral side, that means on the lower sides of the thallus. Then it is the in that say regions there is the parenchymatous multicellular compactly arranged regions. In that regions the parenchymatous cells are present, and it has the no chloroplast content. Then it gives formations of the rhizoids, which is two types of rhizoids are there, that is smooth wall and tuberculated walls, and also the scales are present on that surfaces. The functions of that storage region is the stores water and reserve food material in the form of starch. So, in the internal structure of the riccia, main two parts. First one is the photosynthetic region and storage region. The photosynthetic region is present on the dorsal sides, and the storage region that region is present on the ventral sides. In that the मेन जो फर्स्ट हमने देखा जो फोटोसिंथेटिक रीजन है, फोटोसिंथेटिक रीजन, इन दैट there is the vertical rows of the chlorine-gametous cells are present, and along with the chlorine-gametous cells, some air chambers or air pores are present, and this whole photosynthetic region is covered by the epidermis, and main functions of that photosynthetic region is the photosynthesis and assimilation. Regarding the second important part, that is the storage region, in the storage region it is made up by the parenchymatous cells, and these cells are the compactly arranged. These cells has no chloroplast, so they also gives the formations of rhizoids and scales on the ventral side. And the main functions of the storage region is the stores the water and reserve food material in the form of the starch. तो ये दोन पार्ट है, दो टू इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट इन द internal or anatomical structure of the riccia gametophyte.